Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible? Okay. So I think so. We have just started the kinematics chapter. So one lecture is being done. Till what section we completed in the last lecture? Yeah, Shaurya.
Sir, we did that last question.
We did.
Last question.
Last question I didn't get you. What last question?
Sir, displacement and that distance one.
Acha, distance and displacement like that half of the time period velocity something.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, chalo, not a problem. Okay, fine. So we'll just proceed with the next section of the chapter. So till now we just did the basic definition for distance, displacement, then average speed, average velocity, few questions on displacement and few questions on average speed and average velocity. So the next term to be defined is nothing but acceleration. And we define acceleration as rate of change of velocity. Mathematically, it is represented as A equals to V minus U by T, where V is the final velocity and U is the initial velocity. So how much the velocity is going to change with respect to the time. Yeah, you can have a note parallelly, because the notes will be given to you at the end of the chapter. So now you can just have a note, at least you will get a practice of writing something. Not compulsory, it's up to you. So just giving some simple example, just one simple example is there based on the acceleration definition. That a body of mass 10 kg is moving with a constant velocity of 10 meter per second. When a constant force acts for 4 seconds on it, it moves with a velocity 2 meter per second in the opposite direction. The acceleration produced in it is. So based on your formula for your acceleration, I just defined a numerical based on that. So what is a simple numerical that can arise on the basis of your definition? So it is given that it is initially moving with a velocity 10, then some force was acted on it for 4 seconds. It moves with a velocity 2 meter per second in the opposite direction. The acceleration produced in it will be. Yeah, so most of you are saying the answer is 2. Diptanshu is saying answer is 3. Shrestha is saying answer is -2. Okay, Arnav is saying -8. Achha, chalo, there are a bit of different answers even I am getting. I'll just define it simple, like the data wise, if I want to represent what all things are given, what all values are specified. So directly I can specify that the initial velocity u is equal to 10 meter per second. That is the first data given. Second data specified is for a certain time, 4 seconds, the force was applied, means there was a change in its velocity, and the final velocity they are giving 2 meter per second in the opposite direction. So since it is opposite, so that will become -2 meter per second. Since it is opposite. Then directly if I need to find the value of acceleration produced, the formula given is nothing but V minus U by T, the basic formula. Does the definition. So that will end up to -2 minus 10, the whole divided by 4. So the answer directly will be -3 meter per second square. So depending upon the data, since velocity is a vector, so when they specified it as opposite direction, we took it as negative. And once we know all the values, we just substitute it in the formula. Okay, so the final answer, whatever we got for acceleration, was nothing but -2 -10. I'm just recorrecting it. Initial answer was a bit typing mistake. Divided by 4. So the answer was your -3 meter per second square. So it was -12 by 4, which becomes -3. So acceleration is -3. If they would have specified the word deceleration or retardation, then we would write the answer only 3. Because the word deceleration or retardation means negative acceleration already. So if they're asking acceleration, the answer will be minus. Yeah, Kushal?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, you took 2 as negative because it was in the opposite direction.
Correct. Because it is a velocity, no? And velocity has a direction.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah, Arav, tell me.
Sir, the mass has nothing to do with the
Nothing,
answer, no?
nothing,
So it
nothing,
is just
nothing.
for confusion.
If they would have said for force, then we would have used the data for mass. That will come in the next chapter. So now to mass has no consideration.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so that is your basic definition of acceleration. Now, the next part is nothing but your graphs, various graphs, or you can say study under the graphs. The first graph which we'll need to learn is position time graph. So position time graph also referred to as your displacement time graph. Either you say as position or you say as displacement. Both means the same thing. So when we draw position time graph, we always plot your time along the x-axis and the position of the particle will be with reference to the y-axis. So if I have a certain graph in which I just say that your AB, so the line AB is actually representing the path of the particle, means initially when the time was t1 at the initial stage. So when the time was t1, that time the particle was at position y1. So position is given in meter. But as the time proceeded further to t2 seconds, the position has changed to y2 meter. Means AB is representing the path. So if I have such a type of graph, suppose for example, that path is defined by a straight line making certain angle with the positive direction of x-axis, and I just assumed some alphabets to represent that line. So in this graph, if I say AB is the position time graph for a moving particle, then this graph will give you the velocity. Now the velocity is defined as displacement upon time. Displacement is nothing but the change in position with respect to the change in given time interval. So that means I can directly say it will be y2 minus y1 because that is your change in the position, and t2 minus t1 is the change in time. So directly I can say velocity equals to change in position by time taken, which is equal to y2 minus y1 by t2 minus t1. If I go for trigonometry, that in triangle ABC, if I apply tan theta, can I write tan theta is opposite upon adjacent? That is one of the ratio of a right angle triangle. And your BC is similar to AD. So your actual tan theta become AD by AC. And your AD is nothing but y2 minus y1. And your AC length was nothing but t2 minus t1. Means tan theta can also be written as y2 minus y1 or upon t2 minus t1. So if I just compare the two relations, can I directly say velocity can also be given by tan theta? Means from a position time graph, any graph if it is made so that the velocity will be given by y2 minus y1 by t2 minus t1, or else velocity can also be given as the tan of the angle made with the positive direction of x-axis. It is with respect to the positive direction of the x-axis, and hence I can conclude that the slope of the tangent on position time graph represents the velocity of the particle. So in a right angle triangle, when I apply the tan ratio is related to your opposite by adjacent side. That will be BC by AC, and BC was similar to AD. So I will get your AD by AC. And in the graph, AD is nothing but the gap, nothing but y2 minus y1, the change in the position. And AC was nothing but the change in time. Means your tan theta is also y2 minus y1 by t2 minus t1. And if I compare both the relation, we could get velocity can also be calculated by a formula tan of the angle, tan theta. So tan theta gives the slope, change in y, change in position upon change in x, that is change in time. Is it clear? So this was how you could study position time graph. So if any position time graph is given, from that you can determine the value of velocity, and also you can define what type of motion it is. So there are bit of graphs which I have made to study. So various type of curves and what interpretations can be made based on that. So if this slide is done, just take a screenshot or just take a pic of it. I'm just moving to the next slide. If it's done, I can move forward. Anyone is having any doubt? So velocity in position time graph or displacement time graph will be given by either y2 minus y1 by t2 minus t1 or by tan theta. Both the ways, the two formulas are there. So certain graphs and their interpretations. So now the first one, if a position time graph or a displacement time graph is having a horizontal line. If it is a horizontal line, means angle made is 0. If angle made is 0, means tan theta will be 0. Tan 0 is nothing but velocity is 0. That means I can interpret that the line parallel to time axis represents the particle is at rest. That is the first condition. So if it is a horizontal line, we can just state that the particle is at rest. See, I am relating the angle, and based on the angle, I am making the judgment. Riddhi, you just go to these slides, and then I will just stick to that slide once this graphs are done. Just give it 5 minutes, it will be done. This is the first case. The second case, suppose if I have such type of graph. It is a vertical line. So if it is a vertical line, if I interpret about the angle theta, theta is 90 degree. 90 degree, that means tan of 90 as per the standard trigonometric values. Tan of 90 is infinity, it is not defined. So it is infinity. So if tan of 90 is infinity, means the velocity is infinity, which is not possible. So that means if I want to define this, I can directly state that theta is 90, velocity is infinity. That is one interpretation. Second, you can directly say line perpendicular represents that the particle is changing its position, but the time is not changing. Time is constant, which is not practically possible. That's the second type of graph. The third type of graph which we could have is related to a inclined line. If it is an inclined line, so we can say the angle is constant for the entire. If the angle is constant, means directly you could interpret that the velocity is constant. Acceleration is 0. So with a constant slope represents uniform velocity of the particle. Or else you can also call it as uniform motion. Yeah, Dhruv, you can say it as uniform motion. No, Aram, that you cannot comment on the second graph. Speed of light is defined, it's not indefinite. So if I go for the fourth graph, I have some curve. But in this curve, I can see the angle made with the x-axis is increasing from 0° towards the 90°. So if the angle is increasing, means the velocity should increase. So directly I can say the acceleration is positive. That is the line bending towards the position time axis represents increasing velocity of the particle. It means the particle possesses acceleration. So it is a non-uniform motion. We cannot comment whether the acceleration is uniform or non-uniform. But yes, we can say that the motion is non-uniform motion with certain positive acceleration. I don't know whether the acceleration is constant or acceleration is changing. But of course, the velocity is changing, means it has some acceleration in the positive direction because the angle is increasing. So these are the first four graphs and their interpretation. First was horizontal, then a vertical, then an inclined, then a curve. Yes, Vidushi. The angle is initially 0°, then the angle is slowly and steadily increasing towards 90°. Hence we say if the angle is increasing, that means the velocity is increasing, tan value is increasing. So is this section clear? Yeah, for the third section, you take any angle. If it is a horizontal line, so for any angle, the angle is constant. So obviously it is going to be a constant velocity. Should I move to the next screen? Just take a snapshot or just take a pic of it for a current reference. Is it done? Kushi, Ishanavya. Okay, I'm just moving to the next slide. So these are the four first graphical interpretation. They are very important. Aram, I cannot exactly define that. I cannot state any point related to your uniform acceleration from the fourth graph. Yeah, Riddhi, it's okay. You can note it down. I'm waiting, not a problem. So any doubt anyone is having related to the four? Okay, someone is telling me that the fourth graph is a type of parabola. So we can define that your acceleration is your uniform acceleration. But still I'm telling, because since no values are being specified over there or no curve equations are also defined, so I cannot comment on acceleration. But yes, velocity is changing, so I can define for velocity, because position time graph, the slope only defines about the velocity more particularly. Yeah, is it done? Should I move to the next screen? Riddhi, for you, is it done? No, Anushka, angle is not 180° in the third. It can be from 0 to 90 or more than 90. Yeah, Shaurya, tell me. Shaurya?
No, sir, by mistake it was on.
Okay. Chalo, I'm just moving to the next screen. Greater than 90, it will be 120, 150, 180, that way. Okay. So, yeah, Shaurya. Yeah, 135 also you can say. That will be 90 plus 45 or 180 minus 45 minus 1. So any multiple which will be with related to your 30, 60 and 45, that can be considered. So 90 plus 30, 90 plus 45, 90 plus 60, or 180 minus 30, 180 minus 45, 180 minus 60. Yeah, Devshri.
Sir, how would the graph look if the acceleration was negative?
Acceleration is negative.
Yeah.
Okay, that is in the next slide.
Okay, sir.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Okay, welcome. So this one, Devshri, that's the answer for your question. So in this case, you can see the angle initially was around to 90 degree and the angle is slowly and steadily becoming 0. So angle is decreasing, tan of angle will decrease. If tan of angle is decreasing, directly we can say the velocity is decreasing and acceleration is negative. So line bends towards the time axis, represents the decreasing velocity, means the particle possesses retardation. Yeah, Tharva.
So what happens if that velocity is going from zero straight to the curve till P, and same as you draw the diagram? If they collide, then what would be the velocity then?
From 0 to P, a straight line.
Not straight line, curve, sir.
Means you are saying, wait, I will just make what you are saying. You are saying this one,
Yes, sir.
this type of graph. So obviously there are two values defined.
So what
How
would be
can you
the
come
n
back to the
theta?
time? How can you come back to the time? Can you come back to the time?
No, sir.
So if it is like after 2 seconds, so can you proceed the motion by taking 1 second and 0 seconds again? No, na, the time cannot be taken back once it is done. So it has to
And
move
sir,
forward only.
and one more thing, what happens if it goes in the, me just draw it till here where you have drawn the diagram.
Like this one,
No, sir, more
this way,
ahead, sir. Yes, sir.
this way. So
Yes, sir.
this two graph we already did, na, inclined line. Third graph was, it is angle is constant, so it is uniform velocity.
Okay, we got it.
Yeah. Okay, the next. Yes, Ishanavya. Both means the same. So for this one, see the angle is more than 90. If the angle is more than 90, so tan becomes negative. So if it is negative means the velocity is negative. So velocity is constant, but the value will be negative. So line with negative slope represents the particle returns towards the point of reference, which is nothing but your negative displacement. So this statement is very much important because in the four options you might get any of the statement related to that. So it is more of your graph study questions. So just remember the statement. What does that it mean? It returns towards a point of reference. It returns back to the point. Okay, Ishinavya. Ishinavya. I hope now I just called your name properly. Yes, Kushil. I am just teaching the kinematics. Okay, so the first graph was related to your changing angle. Yeah, Riddhi.
Sir, actually, I wanted you to repeat this one.
Yeah, I will repeat. For both the graphs or the second graph you're telling?
Only second one.
Okay, fine. I'll just repeat. Okay, so whenever this type of graph is, so just compare the angle it makes with the positive x-axis. So with the positive x-axis, the angle is more than 90 degrees. So if angle is more than 90, that means the tan theta value is negative. Whenever the angle is more than 90 and less than 180, means angle lying in the second quadrant, the tan of angle is always negative. So if tan is negative, we say the velocity is also negative. So it is constant because the angle is not changing for the entire graph. So if angle is not changing, means velocity is constant. But since the angle is more than 90, so the tan of more than 90 is always negative, which interprets that the velocity will be negative. And if velocity is negative, that means it is coming back to the original position. So whenever we say the velocity is negative, that means the particle is returning back. So just read the statement which I specified. So the negative slope or the negative velocity represents that the particle is returning towards the point of reference. It is coming back to the initial point from where you are considering your displacement. Yeah, Shaurya.
Sir, you were telling something na 180 minus multiple of 30.
180 into multiple of 30, like for various angles. So for 120 degree, for 145, 135 degree, then for 150 degree. So someone asked me that what will they ask the values for those also? Do we have certain angles which are lying between 90 to 180? So I said the angles are nothing but your 120, 135 and 150. Nothing but the multiple of your 30. Yeah, Shaurya, is it clear?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, Devshri.
Sir, can you just tell the difference between the first and the second graph? I actually got confused.
First graph, if you compare the angle which is made by the x-axis, so see at every point, whatever the angle will be made, see the angle is decreasing.
Yeah.
And if the angle is decreasing, means the tan value will also decrease.
Yeah.
Means velocity is decreasing. And if velocity is decreasing, means the acceleration is negative. It is actually retarding. The value
Okay,
is
sir.
decreasing. And in the
Okay, sir.
second graph, the slope is constant, angle is constant, but the angle is more than 90.
Okay,
So if
sir.
angle is more than 90, then we say the tan value is negative, which interprets velocity will be negative.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah, Hasini.
Sir, in the second graph, you told that the object comes back to the point of reference.
Reference, yeah.
Yeah, then displacement should be 0. Then why did
No,
you
no,
write
no.
there like
It is like suppose if you are sitting at home, okay, and person is coming from, suppose from a PACE office. So you know the initial displacement, and if that person is coming back to you, so the slowly and steadily the displacement is becoming 0. So your reference point was your home. Initially it had a particular displacement, and as the time proceeded, it came back to the reference point. So that type of displacement is called as with negative velocity.
Okay.
The change
Thank
in
you, sir.
displacement is reducing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
welcome. Yeah, trigonometric basic idea I had given only about the ratios while doing the vector sawmill. So I don't have to learn all the ratios. I'm just dealing with only 3 ratios, 3 definitions. That's it. And the standard table. So table values, so right now it will be provided, or 30, 45, 60, you can directly refer right now. But when a particular trigonometry chapter will be taught to you in maths, that time it will be much more clear. So there are the various operators and all to study, various functions. Okay, so that is your second graph. I'm just going for the next type of graph. So this one. So it is also a type of graph, but when we actually try to refer this, we can see from O to A there is one slope, A to B there is some different slope, B to C there is some different slope, C to the end point there is a different slope. So in the entire interpretation, we can say that the various slopes of the lines define that it is having different velocities. So this we can relate to a question of average speed or average velocities. So what interpret is nothing but the straight line, different slopes, that the velocity is changing after certain intervals of time. So you can say from O to A it was having some velocity, but when it traveled for time interval from A to B, the velocity value decreased, but uniform. So you can say from O to A, if I'm traveling with a velocity of 30 meter per second, from A to B, I'm traveling with a velocity of 20 meter per second. From B to C, I'm traveling with a velocity of negative velocity, means it has changed the direction and it is coming back to the reference point. So from B to C, it is going to come back. C to the final, it has reached the initial point. So it is not at all related to the acceleration. It is not at all related to the acceleration, because here the velocity is not changing for a given time. For a given time, velocity is constant. So it is your uniform motion for particular time interval. But when you talk about for the total motion, that time it is your non-uniform velocity, non-uniform motion for different time intervals. Yeah, Arav?
Sir, this is like a curve only, no?
No, it's not a curve, it's straight lines. They are not curves. Just look at carefully.
No, sir, this is straight lines only, but if there are many straight lines like this, it will almost become a curve.
No. That way we cannot define it. Because this is example like when we did the questions of average speed and average velocity. That time we used to have na ki for certain time interval this much was the speed. Then for next 5 seconds it traveled with this much velocity.
Yes.
And that is this type of graph. So from this you can only calculate the value of average speed or average velocity.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, Devshri.
Sir, so if the velocity is constant, acceleration will be zero, right?
Yeah, acceleration is zero for all the case. From O to A to B, B to C, C and C to end. Everywhere
Okay,
the
sir.
acceleration, because the velocity is not increasing or decreasing for a certain time interval. It is
Okay, sir.
constant. But overall motion is a non-uniform motion because in between I change the speed.
Yeah, okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Okay, so that is your third. Yes, Dhruv, it's a type of non-uniform I specified. What about this type of graph? What does this specify? Yes, Vansh, displacement is zero in the third section. Yeah, it's not possible. Just compare. Na, at a certain time, can I say particle attends two positions? Is it possible? At one time, can a particle be at two different positions? No, it's not possible. So directly you can say the graph shows one instant, two positions, which is not possible. Yeah, Hasini.
So I just wanted to give the answer for this graph.
Acha, you wanted to tell the answer.
Yeah.
Acha, okay, no problem. There are many graphs. I will just put you to answer to some of the graphs. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome. How, Shreyas, it is possible? Yeah, Shreyas.
I told it not possible for usual
No, you
matter.
said na, an electron can be.
Yes, sir, particle nature. Sir, sorry,
But
sir,
how come?
wave nature.
But at one instant, how the electron can be at two different positions?
Sir, we
even if
have,
it is a particle nature. No, it's not possible.
sir, then wave nature.
No, not even in a wave nature. Wave nature, what does that define the particle displacements at extent? So at one time it can be displaced only in one position. No?
Yes, sir. So,
Yeah.
but we were taught something that it can be in more than one position at the same time.
No, that is nothing but we talk about the phase. When we talk about a wave, that time you say the two particles are in same phase because they travel with the same amplitude and same instant.
Okay, sir.
That is where we define as a phase. That is different.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So are the four graphs clear? So that all we have for your interpretations related to your position time graph. No, Shruti, nothing superposition type of thing. Superposition is related to two different waves intersecting together. Done everyone, no doubt, no confusion. So just remember all the graphs and what because main is the interpretation, because that will be given in the form of statements. A small mistake will directly give you negative marking in the test. It's better to understand the graph and remember the interpretation. So I have just defined the angles also. I defined about the velocity. I defined about the interpretation. What does that mean? And someone asked me for the third graph, why it is returning to the initial position, because see the displacement is becoming zero. The graph is coming back to the zero line of position. So if displacement is zero means it is coming back. Yeah, Aram, I will. Yeah, Ayan, is it clear? Or should I unmute you? Ayan, you understood? Yeah, Vanch.
Sir, can you please explain the last graph?
Last graph is nothing but see the red line I made nothing but at one time the particle is shown that it is having a positive displacement also and negative displacement also. So a particle cannot be at two different positions at the same time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome. Okay, so I'm just moving for the next type of graphs. If this all is being done, everyone want to just copy or just take a screenshot, you can, and once done, just let me know. I'm just giving you 1 minute. After 1 minute, we are just going to change to the next slide. Okay. So now the next set of graphs. Is your velocity time graph. So one was your position time graph and second set what we will learn is about velocity time graph. So in velocity time graph, again the assumption will be your time will be taken on the x-axis and the velocity will be taken on the y-axis. So first, how to calculate the distance and displacement. So there are two things. There is distance also and displacement also from a velocity time graph. It's not only the displacement. So I'm just taking an example of a simple graph of velocity time where I just took that the velocity is increasing, then decreasing becomes negative, is increasing, then constant, then again decreasing. So such type of curve, some type of curve is given. And 1, 2, 3 I just labeled because when I say about distance and displacement, the area under the graph gives the displacement and distance traveled for a given time interval. Why area? Because velocity into time gives you displacement. So it's multiplication. So whenever you have a velocity time graph, you need to remember we need to calculate the area under the graph. So in this, I just labeled 1, 2, 3 just to define the areas, different areas. So A1 and A2 be the area of triangle 1 and 2, and A3 be the area of the triangle of the trapezium, sorry. So I'm defining 3 different areas. So you directly say the total distance will be simply mod of A1 plus mod of A2 plus mod of A3. I'm using modulus to define that distance don't have any direction. That means the area under the graph will be taken only the magnitude part, nothing but the positive values. Because if I find the area in the second region, I know it is your negative velocity. Obviously, the area will also be negative because the value is negative. But since distance is related to a scalar value, we are taking only the magnitude of it. But when I talk about the displacement, so displacement will be the addition of the areas considering their signs, means considering their directions as well. So that time it will be directly A1 plus A2 plus A3. Means that will be, first area will be positive, second area will be a negative value, and third area will be again a positive value. So that is related to your distance and displacement. Yeah, Atharva.
So what happens if the triangle and the plus V? So
What will happen if?
so what will happen if that triangle 2 is in above the zero axis?
Then you will simply add. Then distance and displacement will be same.
Okay, so thank you.
Okay, so when we talk about the distance, you need to find out the area under the graph, and all the areas will be directly added. We are just taking the magnitude part because distance is a scalar value, directions are not involved, so the sign of the area will also be not included. So it will be directly addition of all the areas. But when you talk about the displacement is a vector quantity. It is related to your velocity. So that time the positive velocity area will be positive and negative velocity area will be taken as negative. Means it will be first area minus second area plus third area. For displacement, I need to consider the signs as well. If it is below the axis, area will be negative. If it is above the axis, area will be positive. No, Satvik, I just written over here A1 plus A2 plus A3 to define that it is independent of the modulus, just that representation. The value once you substitute of A1, A2, A3, that will be along with the sign. So A1 answer, if I calculate, I get positive, A2 answer I will get negative, and A3 answer I will get positive again. So directly I will add all the three. So this will be plus, this will be minus, and this will be plus. So I'm just telling that it is the addition of areas, but the signs will be considered, which will be their values. Okay, and when distance is there, I put the modulus to define that even if the area after calculation you are getting as negative, only then, or even then you need to take the answer as positive only. Yeah, so the calculation of distance and displacement is clear. Riddhi, for you is clear? So that is your first thing which you will get from your velocity time graph. There is one more thing which we calculate from velocity time graph, and that is called as acceleration. So I'm just considering a similar graph which we did for our deposition time. So see, initially when the time was t1, that time the velocity of the particle was a1, represented by point A, and when the time increased to t2, the velocity became v2. means the particle has reached point B, means your AB is representing the velocity time for a moving particle. So if such type of graph exists, then directly the acceleration, which is defined as change in velocity upon time. This is the definition which we learned. So change in velocity is nothing but v2 minus v1, and change in time interval is t2 minus t1. So directly you will get v2 minus v1 upon t2 minus t1. And again, if I go for the triangle ABC, if I define your tan of the angle, again I will get it as v2 minus v1 by t2 minus t1, means the velocity time graph, if I have, I can calculate the value of acceleration by equating that to tan theta. So again, same, it is related to your position time. In position time, we had velocity equal to tan theta. In velocity time graph, we have acceleration equal to tan theta, change in vertical upon change in horizontal. Yes, so directly, if this, the slope of tangent on the velocity time graph gives the acceleration of the particle. Amay, even if there are 3 intervals, the slope is not going to change. See, the angle is going to remain the same even if I plot a third interval like this. See, the angle is not changing. It will remain the same. So as many intervals you want, you can have. But for the change, I need only the initial value and the final value, or any mid value. So anyone is having any doubts? So from velocity time graph, 2 things I can calculate. One, from the area, I can calculate distance and displacement. So if I talk about the area again, yes, Somil, for you, I am saying, explaining it again, that if I want to, I would talk about area that time. If they ask us about the distance, so the area which will be above the x-axis or the area which will be below the x-axis, both will be taken as positive. But if they ask about the displacement, so area above the x-axis will be taken positive and area below the x-axis will be taken as negative, because displacement has a direction. Yeah, Somil, is it clear now? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Yeah, so, and the second acceleration, just calculate the slope, v2 minus v1 by t2 minus t1, or else theta. Now there are certain graphs and certain interpretations again which we did for position time graphs. Similarly, we have for our velocity time graph. So should I move to the next slide? Just 30 seconds. Anyone want to ask anything? If anyone want to just take a pic of it or screenshot, you can just. Yes, tell me.
Sir, I was just asking that as velocity upon time gives acceleration, is there any other unit that gives speed upon time?
Speed upon time is also your acceleration only.
Sir, but
It is just like velocity is nothing but in a straight direction.
okay. Sir, so there isn't any other unit like speed.
No. It will come at the same. Na? Even if you do speed by time, the unit will be made up a second square only.
Yeah, sir. Sir, so
Yeah.
there isn't any differentiation like velocity and speed also. That one.
Yeah, there is a, because whenever you define the, if you want to get the value of the acceleration, you say the speed change upon time. Okay, and whether it is decreasing or increasing, that depends whether it is accelerating or retarding.
Sir, but still it has to have some directions which speed doesn't have.
So that only I'm saying acceleration will be defined only when it is moving in a straight direction. So that time you can use a word speed also.
Okay, sir. Also, varying speed won't have a different. defined acceleration?
No, there is no separate definition related to. But if I define acceleration is a rate of change of speed, that is a wrong definition
Yes, sir.
because acceleration is a vector quantity, no?
So
So
that's
in the four options, you might get one of the option in which they are defining as speed also. So that time you need to just be clear.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah, so from acceleration, you will get for acceleration, you need to find the slope tan theta, and for distance displacement is the area. Yeah, enough. You need to just get the value of tan theta, the slope for the acceleration. Okay, so now the various graphs and their interpretations. The first graph, theta is 0. So if theta is 0, that means tan theta will be 0. So acceleration is 0. Acceleration is 0. That means the velocity is not changing. So directly you can say velocity is constant. So line parallel to time axis represents that the particle is moving with constant velocity or uniform velocity or uniform motion. The first graph. Second, theta is 90. Tan 90 infinity means acceleration is infinity. So change in velocity is infinity, which is not possible. So a particle having an infinite acceleration is not possible. So a straight line is not possible. Third, an inclined line means angle is constant at every point. Angle constant, acceleration is constant. So it is your accelerating with a constant value. No, it is not a constant velocity once. Velocity is changing, but uniformly it is changing. So you can say your acceleration is constant with velocity increasing uniformly with time. It is your uniform acceleration because your acceleration value is constant. No, once not even uniform velocity, uniform increasing velocity you can say. Uniform velocity increases. Okay, so next, the fourth graph. So here you can say the angle is increasing from 0 degree to 90 degree. This acceleration is increasing. So you can say if line bends towards velocity time, means the acceleration value is going to increase. So it is your non-uniform acceleration. Yes, Satvik, you're correct. So all the four graphs are clear. So the first was a horizontal, uniform velocity, acceleration 0 because angle was 0. Second, a straight line, a perpendicular line, theta 90 degree, acceleration infinite, which is not possible. Third was an inclined line from from origin, sorry, you can say inclined at a constant angle. So constant angle means acceleration is constant, so velocity is increasing uniformly, a uniform acceleration. In third case, the acceleration value is increasing because the theta at every point, the angle at every point is increasing from 0 to 90 degree. So it is said to be your non-uniform acceleration with acceleration value increasing. So all the four graphs are clear. Can I proceed to the next slide? Anyone want to ask anything? Okay. Next graph. Yes, Shaurya.
Sir, can you show the last slide?
Okay, I'm just telling you.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I'm just giving 1 minute. You can just copy whatever things you need to, or just take a photo of it. Yes, Shreya. Just try to write also parallelly in shortcut, because whenever you write something, it gets fit in your brain. Reading won't give you that much effect, but writing will give you. Yeah, Riddhi.
Sir, will you please send the PDF just after the class?
Yeah, sure, I will. Nishtha, the fourth can be called as non-uniform increasing acceleration. Yeah, it's non-uniform acceleration. So you call only non-uniform acceleration. In bracket, you can see it is increasing, because the word indicates it is non-uniformly increasing. So we can't comment whether it is uniformly increasing or non-uniformly increasing. So either you say non-uniform acceleration or you say increasing acceleration. Don't club both the words. Yeah, Shivesh. Shivesh. Shaurya.
Sir, you were talking about which graph?
This one, the fourth one.
This is non-uniform acceleration. No?
Yeah, non-uniform acceleration, but someone has typed it as non-uniform increasing acceleration. So when I say non-uniform increasing means it is actually interpreting that increasing rate is non-uniform. So
Okay,
that's why I
sir.
cannot comment. That way I just said.
Okay, sir.
Shivesh, you want to ask something? Okay, so I will just move to the next set of graph. So for this one, you can see the angle initially near to 90 degree, and it is going to closely become 0. So angle is decreasing, tan value decreases, acceleration decreases. So again, it is your non-uniform acceleration, but decreasing. So line bending towards time axis represents decreasing acceleration. So it's non-uniform acceleration. In bracket, you can specify it as a decreasing acceleration. Next, what about this graph? So if I talk about the angle is constant because the angle is made with the x-axis. So at every point, the angle is uniform. So if angle is constant and angle is between 0 to 90 degree, this angle is less than 90. If angle is less than 90, when be tan will be positive. If tan is positive, means acceleration is positive, means velocity is increasing. The only change is the velocity is increasing from a negative value, means the initial value of velocity is negative, and then the velocity is increasing. So you can say the velocity is minus 3 meter per second, and then you are having a uniformly accelerated motion. So this way you can interpret. So theta angle is constant, it is less than 90, hence it is less than 90. So I can say tan will be positive and initial velocity is negative. So it's uniformly accelerated motion with initial velocity as negative. So this is nothing but referred, like IGSO kids might remember, this type of graph will exist when a particular balloon is rising upwards with certain velocity and a stone is freely dropped from it. The graph will be formed in this form. For the IGSO kids, if they might have solved any question related to that balloon. Others don't get confused, that will come. Okay, the next set of graph, it's similar to the earlier one. Again, the angle is less than 90, it will be positive, angle is constant. So positive acceleration with a constant value means uniform acceleration, and the initial velocity is positive. So initial velocity positive, angle less than 90, angle less than 90 interprets that the acceleration is positive, and angle is less than 90 also interprets that it is your constant because the angle is not changing. So it's again uniformly accelerated with initial velocity positive. Now this you can take an example. If a balloon is going to land with certain velocity vertically downwards and the body is having a free fall, a stone is dropped freely. So this will be the example of the graph with the slope equivalent to 9.8 or 10 meter per second square. Then we can have another type of graph. Arushi, in the second, it is starting with initial negative velocity. Means what? That was the example where the balloon was rising upwards and the free fall is going to happen downwards. And in the second case, you can say the balloon is going to land. It is coming down and the stone is also dropped, which will have downward motion. So their initial velocity is positive. Or you can say an object is thrown vertically downwards. Okay, for the fourth one, you can say the angle is more than 90. Angle is more than 90 with the positive x-axis we always check. So angle is more than 90, tan will be negative. If tan is negative means acceleration will be negative. Means it is retardation. It is deceleration. Acceleration is negative. And at the same time, the angle is constant. So it is uniformly decelerated motion or uniformly retarded motion with initial velocity as positive. So negative constant acceleration because theta is constant and more than 90 and the initial velocity is positive. Yes, Arav?
Can we say this last motion is like throwing an object vertically upwards from height h and then it is coming back down?
Yeah, you can say.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome. Yes, Riddhi?
Sir, what is that balloon example? Can you please repeat?
In that balloon example, I just said that if a balloon is rising upwards, suppose with an initial velocity of 3 meter per second. So the stone which will be inside the balloon, that will also have an initial velocity of 3 meter per second upward, right? And if that stone is now freely released from the balloon, so it is going to come down and it is going to accelerate due to gravity.
Yes.
So for that stone, initially it was having a velocity of 3 meter per second in the upward direction, and it is going to come down with acceleration downwards.
Yes, sir.
So means the velocity is going to increase, but the initial velocity is -3. Why -3? Because the direction was opposite.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and for the third case I just said, now the balloon is coming down.
Yes.
If it is coming down with a velocity of 3 meter per second, means the stone is also having a downward velocity. At the same time, you are going to release it also. So it is going to be released with a downward velocity of 3 meter per second. So it is having a positive initial velocity and it is going to accelerate at a rate of 10 meter per second square. That is your gravity.
Oh, okay, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, Saumil, the third one you understood. Third one is like initial positive velocity it will have, and the velocity is going to increase. Since you can say a car is moving at a rate of car is moving at a speed of 5 meter per second, and now you are going to increase the speed at a rate of 2 meter per second square. So see, the velocity is going to increase with certain value. And in the fourth case, you can say the car is moving at 5 meter per second square, and now you are going to reduce the speed to 0. And you're again going to bring the car back to the original position. That is your negative velocity. Yeah, Shaurya?
Sir, in this fourth case of this slide, there can be example of that a ball is thrown up and it reaches the Mach height and then it comes down.
Yeah, that only I said. Yeah, it's correct.
Okay,
Because the
sir.
displacement of that graph will become zero, na, the area under the graph.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, repeat. The last graph states that the initial velocity is positive. Suppose 5 meter per second, and then it is retarding. The velocity is decreasing. So the graph is decreasing because the angle is more than 90. Angle is more than 90 means it's negative. Tan theta is negative. Means negative means the value should decrease. Yeah, Arpit, is it clear? No, Dhruv, the shape of the graph won't be a parabola because it is moving upward with a uniform retardation and coming down with a uniform acceleration. Then why it will be a graph as a parabola? The acceleration rate is uniform. Dhruv, Hasini?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you're going to answer the next two graphs. Two more graphs I am having. Okay. You just be
Yeah.
unmute.
Okay.
Just a minute. Shaurya,
Yeah.
tell me.
That means if theta is greater than 90 degree, it will be negative, na?
Yeah, theta is more than 90 degree. It's negative. Theta less than 90 positive.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, Shreyas, it is same as negative acceleration. Yeah, Ayush. The second last graph is here with certain velocity and it is accelerating because the angle is positive. Yeah, Kushal. Yeah, Shaurya.
Sir, can you just for 1 second show the last slide?
Acha, okay, I will just show. I'll just complete this last explanation. I'll just show the last slide. You have a doubt in it? Okay. Yeah, Tanishka, the last graph just tells that it is having a certain velocity, positive as 3 meter per second square, simple example. And now it is going to accelerate. Means the speed is going to change uniformly. Okay, Asini, the next one.
Okay, sir. Uniform acceleration, which is negative,
Okay.
and then the initial velocity of the particle should be 0,
Okay. And how
and
you got the negative acceleration?
negative acceleration because the tan theta is negative,
Okay. How come you got tan theta as negative?
because it's like coming backwards from the in the opposite direction from the reference point.
Okay. Means you're saying the angle is more than 90.
Yeah.
है ना? Because angle is to be made with the positive x-axis in the anti-clockwise sense.
Yeah.
है ना? So it will be something like that in this form. Yeah? Okay. And other segment, what you were saying? After your negative acceleration, initial
Negative.
velocity is 0.
Yeah.
Okay, then?
That's all.
Okay. So means as per the interpretation, it should be like negative acceleration, theta more than 90, but initial particle velocity is 0. Yeah, correct. Okay. And what about this one?
Same, the constant acceleration, negative, and angle greater than 90.
Okay.
But initial velocity of the particle should be negative.
Yeah, correct. It should be opposite. Okay. Hasini, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so that was a interpretation for your last one. Yeah, Soham, tell me. Soham? Shaurya?
Sir, just
I told the last slide.
Actually, you wanted to say the last answer. Okay, no problem. Chalo, I will just unmute you in one of the numerical.
No, sir.
Huh?
I was telling that last slide I want to see.
That's the last to last slide you want to see, na? Okay, okay. I'm
Yeah.
just moving to that slide. Yeah, Vansh.
Sir, I didn't got how to find the angle like greater than 90. How is it?
It is always with respect to the positive x-axis in anti-clockwise direction. So from here you need to start and you need to take to the graph. This one. It is
In
more than
case of
90.
positive ones,
When it is positive, na, so this will be the graph line. So now this one, less than
okay,
90.
sir.
So it is
Okay,
always in
sir.
the anti-clockwise direction. You need to move.
So we have to judge them only like greater than 90 and less than 90, right?
Yeah,
sir?
only then. Yeah. Because as per that, you can define your tan values. Because tan for first quadrant, it is positive. For second quadrant, it is negative.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome. Yes, so everyone. Yes, Shreyas, it's opposite, no? And from the negative y-axis. So anyone want to ask anything? Yes, Shaurya, I'm just moving to your last slide. Yes, Shaurya. Yeah, Arav, tell me.
Sir, there was a graph in display position time graph, sir, which was not possible, sir.
Yeah, the straight line. Yeah,
Sir,
and
in
the
velocity time graph also it will not be possible, no, sir?
yeah in velocity time graph also
Okay, sir.
that
Thank you.
parabola type. Huh?
Yes, sir, yes.
Yeah, Shaurya.
Done, sir.
Okay. Okay, so all the type of graphs, everyone is it clear? Anyone is having any confusion? Yeah, Shreyas, you can start with negative x-axis. No, negative x-axis is not possible. How you can start with negative time, Shreyas? Negative x is not possible. Yeah, Vansh.
Sir, in examination, there will be given a graph like that, and we have to tell its property, right?
Yeah, means four options will be there, na? And obviously there will be one word change in every option. So you need to be
Okay,
more
sir.
accurate with exact stats, and they will not define only one thing. Like if it is velocity time, they will not only talk about the distance, displacement, or acceleration. They will talk about all the three at a time.
Okay,
Will
sir.
even include the angle into it. So we need to very much clear with that. That if it is specified as constant acceleration, so they should have specified that the angle is constant in that statement.
Sir, exact answer angle can be found on this
Yeah,
exact
angles can
angle.
be found. Yeah. Angles
Okay,
can
sir.
be found, no? Like, but in the question, if the angle is specified, then it's okay. If it's not, you can just judge that
Yes, sir.
in what particular quadrant it is lying and define the direction. That's it.
Sir. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah, Harsh.
So, can you please show the last slide, the one before this?
Yeah. You want to ask something?
No, I just want to see if I've missed any.
Okay, fine. Arav, you want to ask something?
Yes, sir. Sir, in
Tell
the
me.
examination, sir, they will also ask us to calculate the slope.
Yeah, they will tell us to calculate the slope, and slope, you know how I told to
Yes, sir,
find
thank you.
change in y by change in x. Just make a small triangle. Like suppose for this, if they tell you to find the slope, just make a triangle.
Yes, sir, we can also apply tan theta.
Yeah, by tan theta also. If angle is given, then it's okay, but not then. So you need to make a triangle and find out.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Then we could find theta by the division of the
Y
perpendicular and
upon
base.
change. Yeah. Change by y, change in x.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
So,
welcome.
can
Yeah,
you
Riddhi,
please
tell
give
me.
any example?
Example, yeah, I will give. Yeah, Riddhi.
So can you please tell me that in the second graph, How will we take out the slope in the down and on the lower side here?
It is going to be remain same, no? Wherever you take the slope, you make any triangle, it is going to remain the same because it is a straight line. No? It is not going to change.
Yes, sir, but we are taking negative now.
The change, so it is just the magnitude what you will take. Whatever value you will take, that will be in numbers only. Means even if it is -3 and 2 over there. Okay, if it is 2 over here and it is -3 over here, correct? So that will be 2 minus of -3. So that will be 5 gap. Because change is your nothing but the difference between the values, right?
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, are you going to teach further?
No, it's just the graph still now because like hardly 5 minutes are left, so I cannot go for the motion equations.
Okay, sir.
So those who are done with it, no doubts, they can just leave the meeting. Thanks a lot. Have a happy Sunday. Yeah, Shaurya, tell me.
Sir, in yesterday's IGSO screening test, I had a doubt. First question.
Acha, what was the doubt?
Sir, there was a graph of acceleration and time, and we were asked the speed.
Area under the graph.
No, sir, it was just written that find the speed and acceleration was on the y-axis.
Time, so that is what I'm saying. The speed or the change in velocity is nothing but your area of the acceleration time because it is acceleration into time. No? Whenever we find the velocity or speed. Acceleration formula is v minus u by t.
Yes.
So what is acceleration into time? V minus u.
Yes.
So if initially it is at rest, because it was specified,
No, sir.
initially it is at rest.
No, sir.
It was specified.
No, sir, it was not specified.
It was specified. I made the paper.
So what was the answer?
Since either it was specified that it comes to a halt or it was given that initially it was at rest. Something was there. Like any one velocity becomes 0. Then you get a into t. A into t is nothing but y into x. Y into x means area under the graph.
Yes.
So you need to just find the area of the triangle. Answer was something 55.
Okay, sir, yes.
Yeah.
It was correct.
Half into 10 into 11 it was something.
Yes, sir, my answer is correct.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Hello,
Yeah,
sir.
welcome. Yeah,
Sir.
tell me.
Sir, can you repeat that multiple of 30 again, please?
Multiple of 30. See, I was just saying that if it is more than 90 degree and less than 180.
Yes.
So either you can have 30 degree, 60 degree, or 45 degree.
Okay.
Okay. So those values it should be known to us. That only I said.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, Arav, tell me.
Sir, I had a doubt that, sir, in kinematics only, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, if we are in a plane and we throw a ball, sir, so will the ball come in our hand again or it will go forward?
It will move bit forward. No? It will be horizontal projectile.
Okay, sir. So
It will be in this form.
okay, sir. So questions can come like this, sir.
No.
Okay,
Projectile motions we don't have in 9th standard. That we have in 10th standard.
Okay.
And in IGSO too we have.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Devshri.
Sir, can you go to the next slide, please? I have a doubt
Yeah.
in that.
Wait a minute. I'm just moving it. Tell me.
Sir, for the second graph, can you just give an example?
Second one, you can say how we can define it. You can define it like an object is the balloon is coming down
Yeah.
with a speed of 3 meters per second,
Yeah.
and from that balloon you're throwing an object upwards to reach the maximum height.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So acceleration is also negative, and the velocity is also initial negative.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah, Vansh.
Sir, you were telling that 30, 40 angles that we have to learn for trigonometry.
Yeah, sine, cosine, tan. For these three, we need to remember what is 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, and 60 degree, and 90 degree.
And sir, can you please explain that example again for the last graph? I didn't understood.
I just said that the balloon is moving downwards with a speed of 3 meter per second. So the
Yes, sir.
stone inside it, it is also having a velocity in the downward direction as 3 meter per second,
Yes, sir.
right? Now I'm going to throw that stone vertically upwards from the balloon.
But sir, how you will throw it? It is inside the balloon, right?
So I can just put my hand outside the balloon. I can throw it upwards because even if I'm standing inside the balloon with a stone in my hand, it is going to have the same velocity due to inertia which the balloon is having.
Yes, sir.
So even I'm moving with the stone in the downward direction with a velocity of 3 meter per second. So I'm going to just push that stone upward. So if you throw that stone upward, so acceleration is negative.
Yes, sir.
And your initial velocity is also negative because the
Okay,
motion is
sir.
upwards and
Due
the
to
stone had a
inertia.
velocity downwards. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome.
Bye, sir.
Bye bye. Yeah, Shaurya.
Sir, can you explain that doubt which he told a ball is thrown that you draw with the red pen?
Like this, you can say that suppose this is a balloon, right? And it is moving downward.
Yes.
Okay, with the initial velocity. The stone inside it will also move downward only.
Yes.
So the initial velocity is downward. And if you're going to throw this stone upward, okay, so upward means acceleration is positive or negative?
Negative.
Acceleration will be negative.
Yes.
And what about the initial velocity u? That will also be negative.
Yes.
Why negative? Because the initial
Opposite
direction was
direction.
opposite. Yeah, so that is the case of the fourth one. The last graph, sorry.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, Arav.
Sir, when are the results going to come for IGSU?
Probably 2 to 3 days it will take.
Okay, sir, I had a doubt in that, sir, velocity t minus 2 questions here.
What is the graph? What is the doubt?
Sir, it was told that the bird flied for 4 seconds and its velocity was t minus 4. And sir, what was the distance traveled by? Sir, displacement I was getting 0, sir, by integration. Sir, so what's the answer?
Integration?
Yes, sir.
I
Distance.
didn't give any question related to integration.
Sir, but we could do that with integration, no, sir.
Acha. Okay.
Sir, so what was the answer of that question?
I even don't remember exact the values of what I had given. But see, the entire solution I have typed and sent to the management. So whenever the result will be declared, that time you will get the entire solutions with it.
Okay, sir.
Okay, that I will share on the group. So every question will be clear. So out of those 10 questions, actually all the questions are having simple formula substitution. Just bit of thinking and then you get the answer. That was the entire criteria of the 10 questions. Yeah, Satvik. Satvik?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
So if a stone is dropped from an elevator going up with an acceleration a, the acceleration on the stone becomes
A plus G with respect to the elevator.
A plus G.
A plus G with respect to the elevator. And with respect to the ground, it's simply G.
So in the options, A plus G is not there.
Which question it was?
So it's in a book here.
Acha. What is the question? Can you just read out the entire question?
A stone is released from an elevator going up with an acceleration A. The acceleration of the stone after the release is A upward, G minus A upward, G minus A downward, G downward.
It's G downward, so means they are expecting the answer with respect to the ground.
Okay.
The person standing on the ground, for him the stone will appear to come with an acceleration of G. For him the lift action is not at all consideration. But a person standing inside the lift. So that is called as a non-inertial frame of reference. So for them, a pseudo force acts. So in that case, the stone will have acceleration as a plus g. It will reach the floor very soon, no?
Yes.
Because lift is moving up, stone is coming down. So obviously the accelerations will get added.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm ending the meeting. Bye bye. Take care, guys. Yes, Shreyas, you want to ask something? Yes, Shreyas?
No, sir, I wanted to ask about the question in the screening test and you told that the answer you would come to it.
I didn't get your question. What you're saying? Your voice is a bit cracking.
Sir, I told that I wanted to ask a question in the screening test.
Hmm.
Sir, that you told that you get the answers and
Solutions.
solutions for it. So it's okay.
Yeah, that will be given to you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Sure. Bye bye, guys. Thank you.